hands together and I'm saying amen, cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me, cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me, cause I'm going big, going bigger. Postmates, how I deliver. My game too cold, made it shiver, but I'm still a hot boy. Cool it down, let it simmer. Hey, see him mad, got him bitter. Can't stop the shine with a dimmer. Only what I give her, and she love to call me baby, but I do not need a sitter. See me dip, yeah, I'm saucing. People at the bank see me often. Let the money run, it's a faucet. She gave me the that's a bosses. Took over the game, now we all in. I was down in the chips, then went all in. Throwing up the game, ain't no vomit. Make my mama stop working, that's the promise. Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me, cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me, cause I'm PPP, time to bring the bass back.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll... only get back to the 16-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Yellow! Yeah. You don't want that.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
On second down now, it's Williams. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. picked off by Blake Martinez. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Kelsey, the intended receiver there.
Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Rodgers gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
That's it, baby. That's it. That's it. Big hit. No. 258. Jump out. 53.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Flying in to blow that play up, Alex Okafor. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the others.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Mahomes to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Mahomes. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Williams. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Yellow. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Mahomes going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
He's checking. Check it, Aubrey. Mike 35,
Now a first down carry here from McCoy. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. On 2nd and a yard. Mahomes eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Well, Charles, 18 of the 32 teams have now played 8 games, half their season. The other 14 will reach the midway point next week, so we'll save the midseason grades and awards until then. But
Thank you. I like that.
Yeah, we'll wait on that. But let's look at a few underperforming teams thus far that have played 8 games, and you tell me what you think their final record's going to be. Let's start with the Chargers at 3-5.
Big win in Chicago on Sunday. I like them to go 5-3 down the stretch. And that gives him 8 wins. Actually,
and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Zadarius Smith able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Mahomes now to throw. Flush to his right. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. Partner, earlier I asked you about some teams that were underperforming so far. Well, right now let's play a game arrow up, arrow down. I'll give you teams that are kind of in the middle of the pack. You tell me if they're going to go up or down second half of the season. Let's start with the Raiders at 3-4.
Arrow up. I think they're going to beat the teams they're supposed to beat, and they will beat someone good down the stretch.
Okay. Now, Jacksonville, they're 500 right now, 4-4.
Yeah, but their division is conducive to their arrow going up. Gardner Minshew playing well. Maybe Nick Foles comes back, and I like that defense.
Okay, the Lions got a win last week to get to 3-1. How about them?
Don't like their division. Minnesota, Green Bay within division. Unfortunately, arrow down.
Lastly, how about the Panthers, 4-3?
Defense is supposed to travel. That was a tough one in San Francisco last Sunday. Still think that'll happen, and I do believe Cam Newton will come back this season. Arrow up.
From the 24, Rodgers got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. 76 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right, because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. On second down, it's McCoy. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Now a first down carry by Jones. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A 21-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. That's going to be a 103-yard kickoff return. What a run, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half. Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Yeah, and that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys.
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Come on now, let's go.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Chris Jones picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
On third and long, it's Rodgers. And he's going to go down again. Chris Jones able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
At their own 42-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They run it again with Williams. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now here's Mahomes. Being chased out left. This for his running back, McCoy. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. He doesn't find a ton of space following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Mahomes firing complete. 11 yards there, first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 20. Now Rodgers. And he rifles one incomplete. While we have a moment here after that incompletion, with it being Halloween week, let's do something Halloween themed. Give me your 3 scariest defenses in the NFL.
Ooh, I love your theme. I like that.
Corny as ever.
Yeah, corny but good. All right, let's start with the Minnesota Vikings because their ability to mix and match, how cohesive they are as a veteran unit, and big-time playmakers at every level. And Harrison Smith, the fixer, the guy can go up and down, backwards and forwards, and make plays for you. Number 2 for me, San Francisco. They could easily be number 1. The problem is New England is just outstriping everyone. But think about what San Francisco is doing. Youngsters up front, guys in the back end, Richard Sherman having a...
He's got him in, complete. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 45 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Emmanuel Ogbah able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. From the 35 on second down, Mahomes. He finds McCoy. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Mahomes now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Flushed out right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It can be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That good for 22 and a first down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. On second down, it's Jones, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, it's Jones, and he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
You. Mike 56. Hey, wahoo.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Steps away to his left. And no, it's incomplete. Morris Claiborne, the former #1 pick of the Cowboys there defensively. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop.
I don't play, get down and get it. Talk about that. come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm with the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up.
I had to get back up.
I can't say no. You better call back up. Don't really need down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm with the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throw it blind in my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mid dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. Hey, 319. Mark 54. There's a party.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Hey, 88. Hey, Echo.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
Here we go. Get it up.
Here's Rodgers to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Go.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50.
Now Rodgers from the gun, he'll throw. Lets this one rip toward Graham. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Clear. 35 the mic. All right, T, let's all right, T. Echo. Mike 35.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. On third down, Wilson. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a bit of a daunting task here for this offense as they'll start out at the 1-yard line.
I guess you could easily say there's a whole lot of real estate in front of them if they want to achieve their goal, which is get to the other end zone.
And 99 yards to go if they want to do just that. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. In his own end zone, it's Rodgers. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's first and 10 at the 19-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a second and 6.
You can't block me.
Throwing is Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Jump out.
Here's Rodgers operating from the gun. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Returnable for Lockett. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Carson. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now Wilson on first down. Dancing to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Eluding the pressure right. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. They come out here in the eye.
Check.
They'll try to run with Carson. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Short of the goal line. A pickup of 2. Brings up 2nd and goal at the Packers' 1-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they come up now 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown Seahawks. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They've had it twice. They punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
From the 29, Rodgers. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Forced out to his left. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
319. Hey, take 26. Single.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. With that incompletion, let's take a quick peek ahead to Week 9, some of the intriguing games. First off, one that you're calling. How about the red-hot Vikings at the Chiefs? That's going to be fun.
That's going to be a blast, and I made a prediction last week that if the Chiefs lost to the Packers at home, If there is any way possible Patrick Mahomes would play against Minnesota, they're going to try their best to have him ready for that when they need him. Hard to believe the Chiefs have lost 3 in a row at home.
How about the Sunday night game, too? Patriots-Ravens.
Yeah, that's going to be a heck of a ball game because the Patriots defense, historical proportions is what we're seeing from them. But here comes Lamar Jackson with his elusiveness at quarterback. That's going to be a blast to see how they game plan for his legs.
Bears and Eagles, those teams need that win.
Yeah, the Eagles got a huge one last week, going to Buffalo and winning against a stout defense. The Bears, once again, missing a field goal. That rears its ugly head. The Bears absolutely, positively have to have this one.
And then lastly, the game of the week, Jets-Dolphins.
Yeah, someone's got to win that one, right? And if I were the Jets, I'd be very concerned about this one. I think this is the one the Dolphins circled on their calendar, circled on their schedule. This is the one the Dolphins may very well go get.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Let him know.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. Open man is Allison, complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Rodgers now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down.
Hey, Haywood.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Flushed out right. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin.
The 6-yard line.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Check back. Inside. Bravo. 54, right there. 54 miles.
Here's Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Geronimo Allison there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. Flush to his right. It's caught, Lockett. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Watch the slip. 35-14.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That one goes for 30 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Wilson, incomplete. Kevin King there defensively.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch it before. It's our time. It's our time.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
At the 38-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Reload. 35 to Mike. Here we go. Oh, try it. Mike 35. Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Completes it to Dixon. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Now it's Carson. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They run it with Carson. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Wilson. Trying to lay one up deep. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right. Hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there of 20 yards. They'll run on 1st down. Carson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, Wilson. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Hey, did you have one of those backyards that you had one of those, like, mats or pits like you have for high jumpers, and you know you had your friends throw the ball and you tried to make the spectacular catches?
I didn't need a mat.
you just did it with the ground?
Absolutely.
That explains your
Concrete.
toughness. That explains your toughness right there, because I think that guy was raised just like you. What a catch.
Here's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw is Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this will be caught at the 30. And he is finally out of bounds all the way down at the 30. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 46 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
319. 54. Hey.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And a second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Punching it in from a yard away. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Crosby connects on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
On first down, it's Carson, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. This is Carson, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they'll go that route again?
I'm always up.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Jadeveon Clowney in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Throwing now is Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Trey Flowers picks.